Hello everyone, welcome to William in the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Harvey. Harvey is from England, but he lives in Spain. So let's see what Harvey has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Harvey, how are you?
I'm very well, and you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time on this beautiful day. My goodness, look the day behind you. Oh
I
my
know.
God.
I thought I'd show off.
You did very well because it's such a beautiful day. Actually, in London as well. Today, it's a beautiful day in London, so I cannot complain.
Good. It's about time. You deserve it. Mind you, you do realise, don't you, that if you're having nice weather now, that is your summer. You've got nothing more to come. That is it.
So tell me, how's your day today? How's your day going so far?
Very good. So far, so good. I haven't really done a lot. I've been pottering around at home, done a couple of TikTok lives, a couple of videos. So just a really lazy day, to be honest with you. So, but it's been good. I've enjoyed it. And you? Oh no, I mustn't ask you. You're asking me the questions.
No, of course, not a problem. It's been great as well. It's been, I think when the sun is out, for some reason, you feel the vibe of people getting very happy. People, you can see people outside going for picnic in the park. So yeah, it's great. It's been good. It's been a good day.
No, it is good. It is. When the sun shines, everybody becomes happier.
And tell me, where are you from, Harvey?
Well, originally I'm from the south coast of the UK. I was born in Eastbourne, and I've lived all along that coast. I've lived in Hastings, Bexhill, Tunbridge Wells. But I've been here in Spain 25 years now, so a long time.
Wow. And why Spain?
Normal story, really. I used to come here on holiday. And originally we bought a holiday apartment here, as a lot of people do. And for the first 4 years of having the holiday apartment, we just used to come here on holiday. And then one day we said, right, let's just stay there. We seem to be happier there. The people are happier. The sun shines. And we stayed. So we've been here 25 years.
Wow. And where are you based right now?
Valencia.
Valencia. Oh, wow. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. So,
and Valencia, it's the place you always lived, or you've been in different parts of Spain?
No, I started off in Ibiza. It's a very nice place to be as well. And for a little while, I was between the two places. So we had a business and a home in Ibiza. We bought a holiday apartment here in Valencia, and we used to cross. So we'd spend the summer in Ibiza working, and then the winter time we'd relax here in Valencia. But eventually, again, like I always do, sort of got a little bit bored with Ibiza and thought, why not try the city for a while? Yeah, so we've been here, but we're settled here now. It's a better life here.
And what's the biggest difference between Valencia and Ibiza, in your opinion?
That here we have culture. Everyone thinks there's so much to do in Ibiza. But once you've visited every beach, or once you've been to every nightclub, what is there to do? But here in the city, like any city, like from London, you've got something different that happens every weekend. There's always something new. You've only got to go on Google and see what's happening tonight, and you can find something to do. Museums, theatre, cinema. Need I go on, really?
When you say we, it means your partner as well.
Yeah, of course. I always refer to we. I have a partner. We've been together 35 years. So we moved to Spain together. So a long time.
Partner, it's from the UK as well.
Yeah, he's British as well.
Amazing. Yeah. And what do you do for work, for living, Harvey?
Now I'm not really. I'm sort of semi-retired. I'm very, very lucky. I had a business here in Spain, which I sold. I had a restaurant, and I've sold the restaurant. And I have a couple of apartments for tourists. And so that's how I make my income. When I say I'm semi-retired, every now and again I have to go and clean, so I become a scrubber for the day. And that's it. So I am living a semi-retired life. I'm very lucky. I'm very fortunate.
And do you come to the UK very often or not, to see family?
Yes and no. I always try to go twice a year because I like to see my family. But this year, unfortunately, I've had a lot of visits because I've had a lot of illness in my family. So I suppose between now and last January, I came back about 5 or 6 times in total.
Amazing. All right. So during the interview, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life and also about your journey so far. Okay.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready. Everyone has said to me, because I've sort of told people that I'm going to do this interview with you, and a lot of people have obviously gone to look at your YouTube channel. Obviously, they wanted to know what it was all about. And they've said to me, I've got to learn to be quiet and listen to you speak and not me do the talking. So I'm going to concentrate very hard on keeping my mouth shut while you ask me. Okay, I'm ready.
Harvey, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of view?
We hope.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I've got here my best friend. Okay, full of random fun questions. I'm just going to play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Let's do it. Right, so before I start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Okay.
First question for you is, tell us about your earliest memory in life.
Oh my God, my earliest memory. Actually, my earliest memory is a bit spooky because I have a very young memory of when I was about, I think I was sort of about 3 years old, I think. And I always had this memory of somebody being around me in my bedroom. And I still talk to my parents about it now. Nobody can really clear it up. And I was convinced that where we lived, there was a person who used to come into my room at night and he would make a fuss of me, but not in a horrible way, in a nice way, like somebody that likes kids. And I always felt that he would pick me up, throw me about in the air like you do kids, and put me back in the bed. Now, I used to be terrified of this happening, and I would sometimes put the covers over my head, but it still always happened. And when I used to wake up in the morning, I was always the other way round in the bed. And my parents, if I speak to them now, they always confirm this, and they say, yeah, at the time, they thought maybe something sort of a bit ghosty, a bit spooky was happening, but they didn't really want to sort of go further into it because they didn't want to freak me out or them. And that is my earliest memory. And that really, really has stuck with me the whole of my life.
Wow.
So, and when we moved home and I was that much older, it just stopped. And it was literally, I suppose we moved to a new home when I was about 7. So, and from that point on, it never happened again. But it was regular. It was every single night of living in that home. And when my brother was born, my brother is 4 years younger than me. He would sleep in the same room. And he would be disturbed. He would wake up crying during the night at the same time. This thing was whatever. We presume it was a ghost, I suppose. Yeah. So, that is my earliest memory.
Wow. When you think about your childhood memories, what's the best memory that comes to your mind?
The best memory would be, I suppose, when I always remember my mum as well bringing my brother home. So that was always a good memory. And I was sort of a bit afraid of being able to hold him because I was so young. And I always remember sitting in the armchair in my auntie's house and my mum bringing my brother in and just saying, you hold him if you want. I was like, wow, can I? And it was like this tiny bit. I mean, we grew up to hate each other, but at that particular point, we loved it. I thought the world of him. And that always brings back happy memories for me. So
very sweet. Yeah. Next question. Okay, Harvey. Next question is, in your opinion, what is the worst thing someone can say on a first date?
Oh God. The worst thing someone can say to me on a first date is, "Oh my God, how old are you?" Yeah, that is definitely the worst one. And I'm like, age, really? Is it that important? You've agreed to meet me. So yeah, definitely someone confirming my age.
As you've been, beautifully in a relationship for 35 years, my God, it's 35 you said, yeah? 35 years.
Yeah.
Wow, such a beautiful, story. Tell me about the very first date that you've been with your partner. And the other part of the question is, so far in those, this beautiful relationship, what's the most meaningful lesson you've learned from him so far?
Okay. First of all, our relationship is of a special relationship. We've been together a long, long time. We're the best of friends. We refer to each other as our lifetime partners, our lifetime.
Wow.
We will be together forever. But we are also very separate as well. We have our separate lives. We're gay men, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But we are very special for each other. And the thing I learned from him really is his ability to deal. He has an illness, a particular illness. He has cancer, which he's dealing with in his own way. But my admiration really for him is how he deals with it. I see how he suffers, and I see him all the time suffering with this. He's on and off chemotherapy. This has been going on for 10 years. And really, that's my admiration, my thing that I've learned from him, how to put something like that at the back of your mind and still get on with your everyday life. And I admire him for that. And my first date you asked me about as well, didn't you? Are you sure you want to know about the first date? No, the first proper date, not when I met him. We won't talk about when I met him, because I think it might have been sort of walking on the seafront somewhere, some dodgy place on the seafront. But the first time nothing
wrong with that.
We won't go into that. We'll keep that one private. But the first date we had, I actually invited him around to my house, and we actually just had a Chinese takeaway. We went got a takeaway. We sat down to eat it, and neither of us could eat any of it because we were so nervous about being together. So we sat on the table with all this food in front of us, and we were sort of like, "Well, aren't you going to eat any?" And he was like, "Well, I'm not really very hungry." And I said, "Well, I'm not very hungry either." We were just so nervous to actually be in each other's presence.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's the first official date.
Right. So let's say that he's watching this interview right now, and you have a moment, an opportunity to send him a message. What would you say?
I would say to him to carry on being strong, to see through what he's going through, because I know, as I'm sure everybody knows, that around the corner there's a solution for this, and there's a cure to his problem.
Beautiful. Okay. Next question. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Right. So before the next question, tell me, you've been living in Spain for a long time already. And of course, I'm sure you adapt yourself to this new culture, food, people, language, everything all together. What do you like the most about Spain, or from the places you've been living so far? What do you like the most about the country? And the other part of the question is, what do you find most challenging about living in Spain, in your opinion?
Okay, what I like the most, I think, is the laid-back way of life. I mean, you've stepped out of that life into a UK style of life, which is the complete opposite, isn't it? Really, what I'm telling you. Yeah, and I like the laid-back way of life. And a lot of times that annoys people. It annoys a lot of Brits that move here because they don't understand the fact that if you ring up and you need someone to come around and fix your aerial, is the first thing I saw up on my roof there, the aerial. And they might say tomorrow, but it might not be tomorrow. It might be 2 days' time, 3 days' time. It might even be next week. But what does it really matter? And it's the fact that you can live in that way without the normal stresses. Whereas when you lived in the UK, something goes wrong. If they're not there to fix it within 2 hours, everybody's stressed. You're stressed. The person that's coming around to do the repair is stressed because you're constantly ringing them. And yeah, that's my favorite part about the Spanish way of life, is just how laid back it is. But the challenging part of being here is the paperwork. That's another. So everything has 20 pieces of paper. So if you're renewing your residencia, or you've got to re-register your car, I can't tell you how many pieces of paper there are to fill in. Even today, in today's digital world, you're going and you'll do it all online, and then right at the last minute, they print it out and give it to you. And you're like, oh, really? Do I really have to have another piece of paper? I've got a filing cabinet full of hundreds and hundreds of pieces of paper from the 25 years that I've lived here.
Wow.
And yeah, that to me is the most annoying part about living here. But that's not too bad, really, is it?
Absolutely. Sure.
I could have moaned about my neighbours or something like that, but I have lovely neighbours. So.
Next question is, tell us something interesting about yourself, or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Oh, that's a difficult one, actually. I heard you ask someone that the other day when I was looking at some of your other interviews, and I saw you ask someone that, and I thought, I hope he doesn't ask me that. Trouble is with me, I'm really open. Really open, and I thought about that a lot. I thought, what could I tell somebody that nobody knows about me? And it's really difficult because I do the TikTok lives and stuff, and everything I'm honest about.
So maybe let's put the question a different way. When you think about yourself, when you analyze yourself, what's the best joy of being Harvey? What do you like the most about being you?
I like the fact that I talk to people. I like the fact that if I go out, I don't have any problems I can go out on my own and still sit and chat with people. I tell you what I do, I am rather proud about myself and what I like, and that's the ability to help people if they're having some type of personal issue. So if somebody's got something going on in their life, whether it's a gay issue, whether it's a personal issue, whether it's a relationship issue, I am very good at listening, and I'm very good at giving impartial advice. There you go. That's if I had to say something which I think is good about me, and that's it. But a lot of people know that already, so I don't know if that's a new piece of information or not.
Absolutely. I'm sure there are, people watch this interview, and maybe it's good to see this part of you. As you said at the beginning of the interview, that you like talking, you like to be, very communicative, and hearing something from you. And it's something that maybe something that you could improve about yourself, that you're aware of it. All of us, we have those, things about our personality or our habits that you go like, okay, I know I could improve a little bit, or people pointed out there's something about you that you're aware that you could improve or maybe work on it.
I could be nicer in the mornings. Definitely, I could be nicer in the mornings. When I get up, first thing, I'm definitely not really a nice person until I've had 3 coffees. And my partner has just shouted out from his bedroom, "No, Sherlock." So,
what's your star sign or astrology?
Cancer.
Wow, amazing. Okay, good. Ready for another one?
Okay,
let's do it. Next question.
Go for it.
Hey, Harvey, next question is, what's your idea of a perfect day?
Perfect day for me. I like being in the city. I live out here in the countryside, and I love it. And I love being here. It's relaxing. But a perfect day for me is just going into the city, having a cup of coffee, sat outside on the street, watching the world go by, maybe just instantly selecting a museum to go and wander around. I walk through the park with my dogs and my partner, maybe with some friends, finishing the evening with a nice meal. And yeah, that's my perfect day. But I do like city life. I'm happy out here in the countryside. It's great for me. It's great for my partner. I've already explained the situation that we're in. But yeah, I love being in the city.
And do you like cooking, Harvey?
I do. Yeah, that was my job, actually. When I used to have the restaurant, as I've said to you already, that was my job. I used to be a cook in the kitchen. I'm not a trained chef or anything. But yes, that was my job.
What do you like to cook that your partner likes the most?
He likes really, really traditional British food. So I can do all this stuff. I can spend hours following a recipe, spend all day, and he'll sit and eat it, and he'll be like, yeah, it's very nice, thank you very much. But if I went into the kitchen, mashed some potatoes, did a few sausages and a few vegetables, and poured it with onion gravy, he'd be ecstatic.
That's something that you can't eat, or you don't like to eat at all?
Something I don't like to eat. I'm a bit funny sometimes on eating things that it's like I don't eat any red meats anyway, so I don't eat lamb, I don't eat pork, I don't eat beef. I eat chicken, etc. But I eat seafood, but I'm not keen on eating things like a squid, octopus. I hate eating octopus, and not because it doesn't taste nice. It tastes wonderful, but I just feel for the creature. I mean, have you seen the videos of octopus? Are they octopuses or octopi? I don't know. Do you know? I have no idea. I think they're octopuses, aren't they? I don't know. But have you ever seen them? They are so intelligent and they're so lovely. And the divers go down, they put their hands out and the little octopus, and then we serve them up on a plate and eat them. No, 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 no. I mean, they do taste great, I have to say, but no, I always would turn that down. Poor things. Oh, it's even making me sad thinking about them. I love octopus.
Oh.
I want a pet octopus. I could have one in my pond. Can you have pet octopus in ponds? I don't know.
Interesting you saying that, because actually I was watching a video the other day about how intelligent they are. They are actually very intelligent.
Yeah. They are really intelligent. Yeah, and I think you'll find as well they mate for life. So that's the other thing. So you kill one, what happens to its partner? It probably lays at the bottom of the sea and cries itself to death. No, 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 no. Definitely no way will I ever eat an octopus.
Amazing. Very good.
Final.
Next question.
Okay.
Before the next question, you know, as you mentioned about your social media, you go live on TikTok. So tell me about your page. What people they visit your page for? What's something about your page that you like to express yourself? Something that you could share?
I think most people come to my page because they're younger guys that like older guys. That's the main reason. Most of my followers are gay males. That's the main income. And the other one is, of course, the inquisitiveness of people that follow my brother. Because I don't know if you're aware of my brother, but my brother's pretty big on social media and he has a huge fan base in the UK. And I think a lot of them sort of have seen a couple of bits and pieces that we do together. And we get a little bit of crossover from him as well. But definitely young gay males, really.
So I wasn't aware about your brother. So your brother, he works on social media as well, through TikTok. And...
My brother, yeah, his profile name is Simple Simon, and I mean, again, I think he has about 1 million followers or something, and he has a huge fan base in the UK. I mean, he's to the point that if I go out with him in the UK, everybody knows him. It's sometimes it's slightly embarrassing because, for God's sake, I just want to go out. But I think a lot probably come across from him as well because they're inquisitive about his family and his daughter's on TikTok as well. She's
amazing. Right. Next question is: who was your favorite teacher and why?
My favorite teacher was my art teacher, which is quite normal, I think. And I think the reason why I liked her so much is because she was just so down to earth. You could chat with her, and she was more like a friend than a teacher. She gained more respect through having that openness with her pupils than any teacher that I had that was really strict. And I really loved her. She was lovely. And I was sent to detention as well. And luckily it was her that was holding the detention. Wow. And but she just said, go home. You don't have to do anything. Off you go home. She said, just wash those brushes up and then go home. She was lovely. So.
Did you like school growing up?
No.
That was very, very quick answer.
I hated school.
Why is that?
I really hated school. I don't know. I just didn't fit in, really. I never felt that I fitted in there. I didn't really have many good friends. I presume being gay, obviously being aware I was gay as well in those days. I mean, we're going back 45 years. Yeah, more or less. And no, I wasn't happy at school. Not at all. I would spend more time trying not to go to school than I would actually being there. And luckily or unlucky, I'm not sure, but our house, the garden of our house, actually backed onto the playing fields of the school. And I was quite good at just climbing over the fence and going home. So when I was meant to be doing sports, and there I would be indoors watching television or something.
In growing up, who in your family you're more close to growing up?
My mum. I would have said out of the whole family, out of my mum, dad, and my brother. My mum. I mean, I get on well with my brother. We had a good relationship. And now I get on with my dad. But I had the usual son thing when I was coming out as being gay, where it was very difficult for him to understand that.
I see.
So the relationship was strong with my mother. Now, that is equal, but as grown up.
And they got to visit you sometimes since you've been in Spain or not?
Yeah, they do. They come and stay with me. They come and stay for 5-6 weeks at a time.
Oh, wow.
I mean, luckily in the garden here we have a very small, like a little casita, and they come and stay there, and they have their own life there. But yeah, they're always coming out. And I have very young parents as well, considering that, you know, I'm 57 and my parents are only in their 70s. Early 70s as well, so I'm very lucky they're very young.
Wow.
Well,
my mom.
For me.
No,
How old are you, William?
It's interesting you say that. I'm 41, and guess
41.
what? My mom just turned 60 now. Can you imagine?
Ah, right.
Young
so
parent.
your mum was like my mum. Then your mum was 19 when she had you.
18, 19, 19 more or less. My dad was very young.
17, I think.
Yeah, my dad as well. My dad is, I think he's 63 right now. So it's. Growing up, I'm sure you know very well, growing up with young parents, I had so many situations that they thought I was their causing, and they played around. They played around of the situation so many times. My dad introduced me. I remember my dad introduced me and my sister to his friends that they haven't seen for a long time as his brother, and they believed. They were like, and after it was difficult to say no because we started laughing at the time. And I remember him making those jokes sometimes with friends and people in the street. I remember once I was with my mom in the afternoon walking to the main city where I used to live. And next day, one of my friends from school, he said, "Oh my God, I saw you with a beautiful woman yesterday. She's your cousin?" I said, "No, she's my mom." They were like, oh. Yeah.
That's the same. So you know then how good that is. It does. It makes you a different person as well, I think. It makes you a lot more... I don't know, as an adult, it leaves you a lot more open. You're a lot more accepting of young people's ways.
Absolutely.
I learned a lot from that. If I go out, I might be out with an older person, my age or older, and they're owning or running someone down for being young and just doing things that young people do.
Right, I have 3 questions left, okay? Let's do it. Next question for you is... how would you like to be remembered in life?
How do I like, or how will I like to be remembered?
How would you like to be remembered?
Oh, how would I like? So I'm still alive, am I?
Yes, you are.
I just wanted to check that out. You know, if I was dead and this is going to go on my headstone, or whether it's actually in this moment. How would I like to be remembered? Oh, God, that's a difficult question as well, isn't it? You do find them, don't you? How would I like I would like to be remembered. Let me think. I'm quite happy to be remembered as I am, as somebody that I think it's difficult with him here. I think I'm actually quite caring, and as I said to you earlier. No, I do. I think I'm quite caring. I think, as I said to you earlier, I think I'm a good listener, and I would like to be remembered. And there's a couple of cases in my life where I know that I've helped people out in a big way, whether it's a personal reason or whatever. And yeah, I'd like to be remembered for those things that I've done for other people. So.
And do you see yourself living for a long while more in Spain, or do you plan sometime to go back to England?
No, this is my life. I won't ever go back to the UK. It will be. I won't even go back to the UK in a box when I'm gone. I will be buried here, burned here, whatever they want to do with me. I don't care. They can toss me in the sea for all I care. But it will happen here in Spain. I won't be going back to the UK.
Most of your closest friends, Harvey, they are from England, they are from Spain. How your friendship, circle works for you?
Yeah, my closest friends are from the UK, funnily enough. You would have thought that I've been here so long. Obviously, I know people from here, have Spanish friends. But yeah, my best friends are a couple from Newcastle. They would be classed my best friends. And my auntie and uncle really are my best friends, because my auntie's the same age as me because of this thing, what I told you about my mum being so young.
Yeah.
So my auntie is only 6 months older than me, and I would love her as one of my best friends.
Wow, amazing. 2 questions left. Let's do it.
2? You said 3 2 questions ago.
Yeah, and I asked now it's 2 left.
Oh no, that's not fair. You're a different counting system.
You're trying to trick me, eh? You're trying to trick me now.
Go on then.
Next one. Right. So before the next question, let's since you've been in Spain, for you, what was the most difficult part for you to adapt to the new country? What was the challenge for you when you arrived there? And the other part of the question is, what do you miss the most about England?
See, the questions have two parts now as well.
See?
That means two questions, two parts each. That's four questions.
You see?
You're tricking me. This is a trick. This is a whole thing. I'm being tricked here. Okay, so what was we doing? The most challenging part of coming to Spain.
Yeah, when you arrived there.
Yeah, obviously it was the language. We literally came, I mean, when we first bought the apartment here, which I told you already, we had a holiday home here. That was no problem because we came here as tourists and we were living in an area. There weren't so many Brits there, I have to say, but it didn't matter. We were tourists. You just come, you come on holiday and you do your thing. But when we decided to open a restaurant here, then the language became the most challenging part because we thought we could just buy a restaurant, open the doors, and everything would be great. But you don't realize you have to deal with inspectors, you have to deal with the paperwork, you have to deal with the town hall. And as much as there are a lot of British people in Ibiza, it was in Ibiza, they don't speak English. You have to speak Spanish. So, yeah, that was the most challenging.
And what do you miss the most about England when you think about?
Other than family, I miss my family. Obviously, I have a lot of nephews and nieces that I don't see enough of, that I'd like to see more of. And I do. It's really weird because it probably goes back to the language again. Even though I speak Spanish and I don't have any problems communicating in Spanish, I can go to see a film in Spanish. There's still something about going to the theatre or going to the cinema and actually it being in English. And we have version original cinemas here, obviously, but I don't know, that would be the thing. I do miss that, just being able to go to the theatre and watch a play or a musical, but in English.
I see. All right. Next question is, who is a celebrity you admire and why?
I'm not very good at celebrities. I see you're gonna, I am terrible. Did you know this is not, actually I could have used this for the thing that nobody really knows about me. I actually have a mild form of face blindness. I have actually had it diagnosed in the sense that if I see a face, I don't remember a face. Like you now, okay? I can see you now. And I could then see a video with you next week and I wouldn't instantly recognize you. To remember people, I have to pick out a quality of that person. Maybe they've got a particular beard or they've got a hat or their ears are pierced or whatever. And I have to log something about that person to remember them. So for me to actually pick a celebrity, it's really difficult because I can watch a film, for example. It can have the same actor in 3 films, but I don't recognize them as being the same person.
Wow, interesting.
It sounds really strange, and a lot of people don't believe it. And it is actually something I don't talk about a lot because people, they just think I'm crazy. They don't think it really exists, but it is a condition. It does exist.
Wow. I never heard of that before. You literally made my day right now. I learned something new. That's interesting.
It has a medical name as well. If you look it up, I can't remember what it is now. Blindness is the common name for it.
And did you find out that like as a child, or it came along like late in your life?
No, I found it as a child. I suffered with it because of the inability to recognize like teachers or to recognize people in the street. I think that could have been another reason of not being able to make friends very easily as well. But as I got on later on in life, then I realized and I spoke to therapy for whatever reason, as people do. And I was speaking to my counselor and she said, yes, this is a condition. And as she spoke me through it, I realized that it was me. And a lot of the time I was always looked on as being quite aloof, you know, thinking, people used to say, oh, he's not very friendly. I spoke to him in the city today or in the town today and he didn't even acknowledge me. And it's not a case of me being aloof. It's just I don't recognize the people.
Interesting.
So I would have the restaurant. I would have people come by and I go, good morning. And in my head, I'd think, who's that? Why am I going to speak to them? And then they'd stop and talk to me and they'd say, oh yeah, I've been coming into your restaurant every year for the last 5 years, blah, 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 and I just don't have any memory of it.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to put the question a different way then. What's your favorite show or favorite artist that you, when you listen to the music or when you see a show, let's get your attention?
Music-wise, it was always David Bowie. So
Okay.
all through my life, right from my early teens, I suppose, it was David Bowie, and that went through me the whole way through my life, even to now. And a lot of music, a lot of songs that come up mean so much to me because I can relate that, like all music, really, we're all the same. I can relate a particular time in my life, or I will have associated the words in a particular song with something that happened in my life. So that would have been my main celebrity person. I could have said that in the first place, really, couldn't I? I wouldn't even have to told you the story about being face blind.
No, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did.
That was a complete waste of time, really, wasn't it? But
Of
yeah,
course
so
not.
that would
Never
be...
waste of time. Talk to you is never a waste of time. It's always something to learn. Yeah.
So yeah, that would be my celebrity, and that would have been my grown-up person that I would have aspired to.
Top 3 favorite songs of David Bowie.
I would think Life on Mars. I like his last album before he died, so Black Star, and Word on a Wing.
Oh, amazing. Do you know my favorite one? Let's Dance.
Of course, let's. I
it.
just like them all as well. I've got to pick that out. And that one reminds me because I went to see him live on that tour in Milton Keynes.
Wow.
I sing Let's Dance. I remember that show. That's cool.
I had a lovely man here from France, and he's a big fan of David Bowie, and it was his favorite song as well. And we were talking about put your red shoes on and dance. Oh, it's a beautiful. Ready for the last question?
Yeah. Okay, go for it then. I'm ready. All right, hang on. I've just got to count here, though. That's two parts in that one. So we're on question 6 or 7 now.
Don't confuse me, okay? Let's do it. Before the last question, tell me so far what Spain has taught you.
What Spain has taught me?
Yeah.
One word: patience.
Wow. Tell me about it.
Because you have to be patient to live here. You do have to have patience, and that is a lot of times when it goes wrong for people that move here from the UK. Is that impatient to live here? You have to have patience on the roads. You have to have patience with things that you need doing. You have to have patience with your Spanish friends, because if you're going to meet at 8 o'clock for dinner, they're going to come at 9 o'clock. Yeah. So you have to have patience. So I've learned to be patient.
And do you learn to have your siesta as well during the day?
I do. Yeah. I may not actually go to sleep, but always between sort of 2 and 4, whatever I'm doing, I just maybe take a book and go and lay up by the pool and have my 2-hour siesta. And it is important, not so much now because it's not so hot, but July and August when we're sort of 40 degrees, yeah, you got to get out the sun between 2 and 4. It's a must. William, what are your roots originally?
I'm from Brazil. It is from Brazil.
Okay. Yeah. I knew you were Brazilian or Portuguese by your surname, obviously. But I wasn't sure whether you were Portuguese or Brazilian. Oh, well, and how long have you been in the UK then?
I've been in England for the last almost 19 years, but I've been in Europe most of my life. I left Brazil when I was 19. Okay. That's Brazil, but I'm from Brazil, but I've got like different roots. I've got, Italian, African, Portuguese. My grandmother, actually, from my mom's side, she's not Brazilian. She's from Paraguay. She went to Brazil when she was a teenager. So I've got different roots. I've got all my family. As Brazilian people, overall, we are very mixed. Yeah, like a lot of mixed.
Well, of course. Any South American country.
Absolutely. So yeah, I've been most of my life in Europe, but I'm originally from Brazil. Yeah, that's where I come from.
It's good to know. So you actually know more or less what I'm talking about when I talk 100%. About patience in a Latin country.
Where I come from, 40 degrees, it's a normal, temperature to be growing up. It was almost every day. So I know exactly what you're talking about for sure.
You're with me on that then.
Right. Last question is, what do you like the most about your best friends?
My best friends, which are my friends in Newcastle. I like the fact how they just slot in with us, with me. So what I mean by that is there are no rules, there are no regulations to the day. If you want to get up one day at 10 o'clock, you can get up at 10 o'clock. If you want to go out that day, you can. If you don't want to that day, you don't have to. They fit like that into your life. So if I go and stay with them, never have to worry about disturbing them first thing in the morning or late at night. And that's what I love about them, the fact of that. They just slot in with my way of living.
Wow. Most of your closest friends, they are gay or they are straight? Or
my best friends are straight.
Interesting.
So, yeah, my very, very best friends are straight. And there's no other reason, really. That's how I've grown up. And they're older people that I've known for a long, long time. I say older people, they're my age. Yeah.
My best friend is straight as well. My best friend is straight from, he's French, but he lives in Montreal in Canada. So, yeah, and exactly you're saying that, you know, the bond is so genuine that, as you said, you can be your true self, can wake up anytime, you can, you know, speak out anything. That's it's a normal thing. There are no like, you know, there's not something that you should be careful about, or you know, because it's your best friend, so you can be your 100%. That's the thing.
True. I mean, I have. I mean, even to the point my parents come in to stay with me. I love my parents dearly, but there are little ways. My dad's got into his little ways, and
of course,
he gets up at 7:30 every day. He has to eat at 6 o'clock every day, and he won't go out on a Tuesday. I don't know, just because it's Tuesday. I don't know, but and I was sort of like, oh no, please. At 7:30 in the morning, he's knocking on my door and saying, "Are you awake?" I'm like, oh no, go away. And I try to be quiet, and they knock again. Are you sure you're not awake yet? Oh, now what do you want? So, but my best friends. So if they knock on my door at 7:30, I can say, "Piss off, leave me alone," and they go. If I said that to my dad, he'd be very upset.
Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking.
Okay, right, okay.
Let's start with money.
Money, lack of it.
Fear.
Fear. Spiders.
Okay. Family.
Family, mum and dad.
Life. Yeah.
Life, living it to the best.
Love.
Being there. It sounds strange. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. One word for religion.
Religion, accepting but not believing. That's not one word, is it?
One word for sex.
Sex, enjoy it, but safely. Politics. Oh, God. Politics, all liars.
Okay. Friendship.
There till the end.
Desire.
Oh God, desire. It's a really weird thing. The only thing I've got in my head is chocolate and desire. But at the moment, when you say desire, that must be what I want at the moment, mustn't it? Because when you say desire, the only thing I'm thinking is chocolate. And that's something I missed from the UK, a nice bar of Galaxy. Oh, yeah. Oh, you've really made my head switch to something else now. No, go on. Sorry.
I loved it. Success.
Where I am now, even though I'm not, in any sort of massive way in my life, I feel that I'm successful and I'm happy where I've reached.
Success is very personal. It doesn't matter, success is very personal, and it can be, you can choose anything to be success. Waking up earlier could be success, having a dream. It could be anything. It's all about how you feel it.
Exactly.
Wish
that they find the solution to Steve's illness.
Amazing. Happiness
is found from within.
One word for England.
Worried.
One word for Ibiza.
Drunk.
One word for Valencia.
Valencia. Oranges.
And the last one now is Spain. One word.
For Spain, one word. Love.
Amazing. Okay, let's pretend I'm going to meet your partner for a coffee, and I'm going to ask him, define Harvey in one positive word and one negative word only. What he would say?
So, okay, let's get this right. So you're going to meet him, and you're going to ask him for a positive and a negative word about me.
Yes.
Okay, I'm only repeating this, so it's giving me time to actually think.
I love it.
Let me think. Oh, God. Negative word. Okay, it's got to be just a word. Can he have a sentence, not a word?
Okay, you can give me a sentence.
Okay. Negative sentence. He never finishes anything he starts.
Interesting. Okay.
He would say that. That's 100% he would say that. And positive, he makes good cakes.
What's his favorite cake? What's Steve's favorite cake?
Every day, if I make a cake, it just requests something. But I think his favorite is, hang on a second, I've got to think what it is. It's the lemon drizzle cake, is it? Is that again? It goes back to the really traditional British.
Yeah.
It's that sort of lemony cake, and of course we have lemons here by the thousands. So yeah, lemon drizzle cake.
Amazing. Let's play now, Harvey and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But before that, let's play the music one more time. Let's do it.
Okay. Now I'm gonna have a drink. I've got a glass of wine here. Look, I haven't even had it.
Oh my God! Cheers.
Right. That's another thing he knows. That just appeared by my side. Because he knows if I've been doing a live or something on TikTok and I've been there for about an hour, he's sort of just guessing, oh, he must be desperate for a drink now. So he just drinks a glass of wine, which is rather nice. So, there you go.
Before you ask me the question, what's your favorite Spanish word?
My favorite Spanish word, and do you know what? I love screaming cojones. Because it can be so confusing because of so many. You could have cajon, you could have cojones, and you can just say cojones, and nobody, it's a really good word. I love it.
Amazing. Okay, Harvey, you can ask me a question now.
Right. Okay. Now this question is. Well, I've already asked what I want to know about you, where you were from and stuff like that. So this is a completely random question because it's something that I've been talking a lot today about lots of people. It's something that's in the news at the moment. Okay. I want to know what preparations you've made to be hit by solar flares.
Solar flares?
You haven't heard the news? Maybe I'm going to have to give you the news. Yeah, the sun has thrown out 5 enormous solar flares that are going to hit the Earth. It could knock out communications. It might knock out our television. It could knock out satellites. Now, I want to know if you've made any preparations.
Oh my God! I'm just get this news for the very first time. It was
William,
today.
You should have kept up with your news stories this morning.
No, I haven't watched TV this morning. Actually, I don't watch TV, but I didn't know about this news. Oh my God! So you just give me the news right now. The news right now. Oh my God! So when that's going to happen? Is anytime soon or
over the next few weeks? Over the next few days? Sorry.
Oh my God! I need to check this out. I will for sure. You just get me very surprised right now.
I really worried you now.
No, I'm just thinking. My head's going through a lot of thoughts now. Oh my God!
To take your worry away, I don't think a lot is going to happen. I think a lot of it is scaremongering. When you actually see scientists sit there talking, they say the very worst thing that could happen is that we could lose a couple of satellites or something like that. The Earth isn't going to end. It's nothing that severe.
Interesting. Oh my God, how I'm gonna prepare myself? I think
will you be making yourself a tin hat or something to protect yourself from
I think I need to come up with not just an answer right now, but with a lifesaver, idea right now. what am I going to do? Okay, let me think. No, I'm not going to run away from the question. I need to answer this question. How I'm going to prepare myself? I think, okay, I'm going to give an answer now. I'm going to be focused on the news to see what people are doing to give me ideas how I'm going to protect myself.
Good answer. Good answer. Yeah.
I love it. Again, yeah, actually, I didn't hear this morning. Again, you know, I think my head tonight is the Eurovision. So I think my head's all about Eurovision tonight. So
I know. That was the other thing. I thought to myself, shall I ask him about Eurovision? I thought, no, that's going to be really boring. I thought, who wouldn't ask about Eurovision today? I mean, that's the topic of the day. Like,
back to your question, I'm going to watch the news after that, and I'm going to see what people are preparing. I'm going to read about it, and I'm going to always remember you from now on, Harvey, because of...
See, I have this ready, but like that. See, that is my silver foil hat. So if a solar flare lands on my garden, I am protected.
Wow. I see. My ideas start already from you now. I like it. I like it. It fits you well. Did you enjoy the interview, Harvey?
I did. It was good fun, wasn't it? Did you enjoy it as well?
I did, absolutely. I love when people come to the show. You know, I can see you are truly self. I can see you expressing the way you are, and of course, you're very, you know, let's say genuine, and you know, found a place to define yourself. And I think this image I'm seeing right now behind you, this scenario, it fits you very well because it's your personality. It's about the sun. It's about, you know, being free, and it couldn't be in a better place. So thanks for taking the time.
I wanted to do that. I didn't want to be sat indoors.
Thanks so much. Thanks for taking the time for the interview. Thanks for being so sweet and accepting the invitation. Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
I live, excuse me, I've got a message, I might get rid of that. I live by my grandmother's saying, and when I first went to my grandmother and told her that I'd met someone, and she said, great, I'm very happy for you, etc. And I thought, well, at this point now, I've got to tell her it's the guy, it's not a girl. And I said to her, but there's one thing, I've fallen in love with a guy, it's not a girl. And I had no idea how she was going to react. But her comment was to me, it's not who you fall in love with, it's the ability to fall in love. And that has stuck with me forever. And that was my grandmother, who was 80 years old. I was scared to tell her I was gay. And I really had this feeling that she wouldn't understand. So that is my quote. That's what I live by.
That's beautiful. Saying that, Harvey, just to continue the answer, tell me the very first day when you came out, did something happen, or you just felt like, okay, I'm going to be my truly self from now on, and I'm just going to, you know, be real about that? If you can share.
No, it was very, very complicated because I actually got married. I was actually married to a woman to start with, and that was basically because of this feeling that it's what was expected of me, it's what I was supposed to do. So I actually got married to my best friend at school. And it was just the easiest thing to do. And during my life with her, that's when I met Steve. But it wasn't a case of me being bisexual. I was gay, 100% gay. I just felt that was the easiest way to go. So when I did meet Steve, and I obviously went to her and told her that I made this big error, surprisingly, she was understanding. So then I had to come out to my parents. My mum was easy, like I've told you already. But my dad was not easy to break. It took him about 6 months really to come round. So it wasn't a case of just me coming out and being myself. It was very, very difficult. But we got through it. After 6 months, we had a bit of a conflict, and I had to sort of say to him, look, you've either got to accept me how I am, or you're going to have to accept you're not going to see so much of me, because I can't come and visit you if I don't have my partner with me. And then the next day, he contacted me and said, I've made a decision, we'd like to meet him, etc. And they met Steve, and they've been good friends ever since.
It's interesting because, you know, even though you have this trouble, you know, regarding you coming out, but the fact that your grandmother reacts in that beautiful way, I think it made a big difference on you, for you at the time, for sure.
It did. It was amazing because I was so, and I think she knew before my parents. I told her even before I told my parents. And she gave me the confidence really to move forward. In a way, I was hoping that my dad would be the same. It's my dad's mother, And I thought, well, if his mum feels like that, maybe he'll feel the same. But unfortunately, he did. He was from a different era, but now it's fine. It took him such a short amount of time to come around. But
amazing. Harvey, thank you so much for the interview. It was a pleasure to connect with you, and you keep in touch. Okay, regards to your friends, your family, and you keep in touch. Okay.
Perfect. Thanks, William.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. Okay. Take care.
All right.
Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye. See you next time.